Hi, I'm Patrick Hedger. I'm Policy Director here at American Encore. What's wrong with the oil export ban is that it was based on fears that were not substantiated, and it was based on misinformation about really energy market economics and basic economics as a whole. The 1970s were marked by energy crises, one after another really, and long gas lines and high prices for gasoline. And so there was a lot of incentive for politicians to try and do something about the energy crises that the American people were dealing with. And one of the mechanisms of that was the oil export ban. There was this idea that we were running out of oil, and that not just the country but the globe was running out of fossil fuels. I think it's important to make the distinction that there's a difference between the market for gasoline and the market for crude oil. There are no similar restrictions on the trade and export of gasoline as there is on the trade and export of crude oil. The only people it really benefits is, in economics terms, would be the people that consume oil. And that's not you and me. The average American consumer doesn't consume crude oil, they consume refined gasoline products or other refined petroleum products. So therefore, by restricting who the crude oil producers can sell to, that only benefits the people that are buying the product, and that is the refineries themselves. All the oil export ban does is keep the price that American oil producers can get for a barrel of oil lower than if they were able to sell it to the entire globe and sell it to all sorts of foreign customers. And what this does, this lower price, is creates a disincentive to go and produce more oil. This is really a very basic function of supply and demand. And if you keep a price artificially low, you suppress the incentive for a producer to supply it. By introducing more crude oil to the market, that makes more supply available to global refineries. And Americans buy gasoline on a global market, which means that any changes to the global oil market would impact the global gasoline market. And in this case, lifting the crude oil export ban would help to lower global gasoline prices and therefore lower prices at the pump for the average American. Conservative estimates show that Americans could be looking to save anywhere from 7 to 10 cents per gallon. While that may not sound like a lot, it does add up to a lot considering how much gasoline is purchased by the average American family, business, and the economy as a whole. I think it's very important to emphasize that this policy really has no place in our modern economy. This oil export ban is an economic inefficiency that we really can't tolerate.